It is over, the most impressive win of the season for the Houston Texans. I'm Jason Bristol here in the KHO 11 newsroom as we are breaking down this win over the Buffalo Bills. Also, in the next 20 to 30 minutes, we'll also be hearing from Coach D'Amico Ryans from the podium at NRG, as well as quarterback Davis Mills. And as always, we are taking your one word to describe this game. I've got the whiteboard here. In fact, I brought two whiteboards just for this very occasion because this is the best win of the season for these Texans. And this is how Texans football should look. Certainly we know all about the defense. That is a given for this team, a given. But the Texans offense was enough. Maybe that's the word, enough. Enough to get a win. Certainly special teams disappointing, allowing a long kickoff return. Buffalo missed a point after, which in the end didn't really matter, but it kind of mattered, I think. Angela's already weighing in saying, let's go. When we're looking at the statistics in this game, the Texans, again, did enough. They weren't great. They were 2 of 12 on third down compared to 5 of 16 for Buffalo. Certainly the biggest number when you're looking at this game, aside from the final score, is this: quarterback sacks. The Texans sacked Josh Allen 8 times for 70 yards. 8 times for 70 yards. And this offensive line that we have been hammering, I'm trying to think of other words. This offensive line that has been in flux, an issue, a problem. This game, 0 sacks. 0 sacks. Coming into this one, I thought that the Texans did have a chance to win this game. I used to work in Buffalo, full disclosure, and talking to a number of the media members who were in town for this game, they were worried about this game. Forget the fact that Buffalo came in 7-3, had seen Josh Allen with 6 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the last outing. They were worried, obviously, about that Texans defense. And then, also, they were worried about the fact that Buffalo does not play well at NRG Stadium. Now, we've got a lot of you weighing in. Delia says, we the Texans, yeah, we won. Justin, good to see you. Jason, you and I called it. We said they had a chance last weekend. Yes, we did. As you can see, there's the podium at NRG as we're awaiting D'Amico Ryans, which I'm sure he will talk about finishing, that this team finished. The defense, he's going to praise Will Anderson and the rush getting to Josh Allen. Certainly there were some breakdowns. And then the Bills at the end of the game with that hook and ladder, the pitch back, which that's old school. Used to see that famous play from the San Diego Chargers against the Miami Dolphins, I think 81. I think it's 81. But anyhow, let's look here. Brian says, H-Town. Justin's one word is simple. He writes, or wants me to write, defense. Terrence says, one game at a time. Junior, Texans are going to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that. They've got to make the playoffs first. But certainly this is a step in the right direction. This is the best team that the Texans have beaten in 2025. More stats. We came into this game talking about the rushing attack and how the Texans should win that battle because the Buffalo Bills are bad at defending the run. They came in second to last in the National Football League. Texans ran for 108 yards. Not terrible, 2.6 yards per carry. They were outgained by the Buffalo Bills 143 to 108. So that's a bit of a surprise. But really, when you look at this game, it all came down to that pass rush and corralling Josh Allen. Will Anderson told us leading up to this game that it's like a gazelle, and you've got the pack of dogs, and everyone has to eat, and you have to take down that gazelle. And that's what the Texans did. Certainly they had a few plays here and there that they would like to have back, but in the end, when you sack the opposing quarterback 8 times for 70 yards, that's a very, very good night. Let's see. Nice to see you, Michael. BJ says, take it to the Super Bowl, Houston Texans, real talk. Justin says, then I hear the crowd was very loud and it made it very hard for Josh Allen to operate and hear. Yes, because we have seen this season the Texans' home field advantage hasn't really been a overwhelming advantage for whatever reason, and I'm sure there's a number of them. Opposing teams have been coming to this building and their fans have been here big time. Buffalo fans are some of the most dedicated in all of the NFL, so of course there were a lot of Buffalo fans here for this game. Tina says, good job, defense. Juan says, let's go. We are taking your one word to describe this game. I'm going to go this way. It just popped into my head. Overwhelmed or overwhelming, because that's what the Texans defense was for these Buffalo Bills. Overwhelming. Josh Allen, overwhelmed. Momo says, Texas swarm and swag. Now, Jose brings up a very interesting topic, which now, listen, it's not going to go away. Leave Mills in the rest of the way. How are you guys feeling about this? Certainly, and I've heard some of our friends in the media say this, and I agree that, listen, C.J. Stroud is the best quarterback this team has. However, for whatever reason, it doesn't appear that he has felt entirely comfortable in this offense behind that offensive line. I think that's a fair statement to make. But you go in knowing that C.J. Stroud is your quarterback. Justin saying, folks are saying Mills will take over for C.J. Had to tell people to slow down, but he's probably one of the best backups in the league. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of teams that would like to have a Davis Mills, i.e. the Cincinnati Bengals after, between weeks 1 and 5 or 1 and 4. Gilbert weighing in. Good word. Good word. Good word. Relentless. Good word. Good word. So we have defense, overwhelming, relentless. Let's look at some of these stats. Davis Mills got the W. He wasn't great statistically, but there is one thing that I would like to point out, and this has been key, and I think that D'Amico, when he approaches the podium, may mention this. In addition to, that's how we finish, that's how we play Texans football, that's how we swarm. Davis Mills, 16 of 30, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Davis Mills has done a very, very good job at protecting the football. More numbers. Woody Marks, 16 carries, 74 yards, including a long of 19. Now, let's listen to D'Amico Ryans from the podium at NRG.
Give thanks to where it's due. All glory, honor, and praise to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. What an outstanding performance, outstanding game, and for our guys to continue to finish games how they finish. I'm so extremely proud of our guys for the effort they showed tonight, playing together, playing complementary football. Went down to the wire, but it's all about how you finish. So I'm really excited to get this win.
I imagine like the fourth down conversion that they made could have been demoralizing. But obviously you guys were able to get that stop there. And what did you feel like that said about the team? And what did you think about the fourth down conversion, how crazy it kind of was?
Yeah, with the fourth down conversion that they made is not surprising. That's what I mean. They've had it. Josh has done that several times this year, actually. So, again, kid's a good player. They made a play on us. But the thing about it is our guys, we don't waver. We knew what we were defending, and we didn't waver. Guys can go in the tank, but the game isn't over just because they make one play. That's not the end of the game. Like, we're still out there. We're still battling, and our guys showed right there how we finish it with Kalen ending it with the interception.
You guys, as of right now, defensively, are on a historic track right now. Like, you guys have better numbers than the Legion of Boom in 2013, close to in terms of points per game, yards allowed. What is allowing you guys to play at not one of the best in the league, but at like one of the best of all time from a statistical standpoint?
Yeah, the defense is playing outstanding, and it's not just about the defense. I think Tommy has set us up really well with some of the punts he's had to put teams in a backed up territory. Our kickoff team, they've covered well, and they've put guys minus 20. So we've had some favorable field positions. It's collectively as a team, like everybody working together. Our guys are doing a good job of getting off on third down, which it limits the amount of plays that you're playing. And then just credit goes to, first and foremost, our defensive line. Like, for the way they go out, the way those guys relentlessly rush the passer, and everybody on the back end is playing sound and playing together. When we do that, we're tough to move the ball against. So our players are doing an outstanding job.
D'Amico, your defense had 8 sacks tonight, but on the opposing side, your offensive line did not give up a sack. What did you notice from them tonight and their protection coverages to be able to give Davis Mills time to throw the ball downfield?
On our offensive line, and they wanted to recognize them, with the game ball, because they did a great job of, we knew we needed to control the line of scrimmage. I thought we ran the ball okay, but most importantly, we protected the quarterback. Like, we didn't allow any sacks on the quarterback, only allowed 1 TFL. So just overall, for that unit to come together and play the way they played on a short week, hats off to those guys. I think Cole is doing a great job with those guys. Got Ed back, move tight is over, still a lot of moving pieces, and the guys still play really well together.
D'Amico, can you just talk about the offense overall? Started out a little shaky with, one for 8. But then Davis was able to do what he says he does, just stay calm and collected and really lead when you guys needed him to lead.
Yeah, Davis has been, he's been phenomenal for us these past couple weeks, coming in, especially on a short week, not getting a ton of full speed reps. The timing of throwing the football has affected a little bit, and I thought he weathered the storm and he handled himself well. Even though we had some passes there we would like to connect on, he still stayed steady, still stayed calm as he always does, keeping everybody else calm, on the sideline, and did a great job there. In the 2-minute drive before the half, I thought that was outstanding drive by him. Like, finding the completions when it counted, making the plays, driving us down to get points. That was huge for us.
Why do you think Nick and Davis are a good match together? And are there any ways that Nick Caley is really helping Davis Mills in this period?
Yeah, overall, our offense is doing a great job, just executing what Caley is calling. Caley is doing a good job setting things up, calling it well, and our guys just executing, and coaches, players, everybody just being on the same page, executing the offense the way it should.
D'Amico, can you address the fact that it took a hook and ladder on that play, the big play to break it? Obviously, y'all playing for everything, but that's something that you probably in the recess of your mind, y'all wouldn't looking to expect to see a hook and ladder like at that moment.
Well, actually, they've ran it before, so it wasn't surprising, to the coaches. They've done that play before. In that situation, just want to see us, get the guy down before he gets across the first down marker. So, great call by them, better execution by them. Really great play in that moment. It's probably one of the only plays that could work at that particular time. So, hats off to those guys, the way, they called that play, and they got us. They made a play on us.
D'Amico, before that last drive began, I mean, I guess at that point you probably know that it's going to come down to your defense making a play, getting a stop there. Then what is the conversation like before that drive begins, and I guess what are you telling your players in those moments?
With our defense, I don't have to say much to the guys. Just keep doing what you've been doing. That's the beauty of the guys we have, the leaders that we have with Aziz, Will, Daniil. They know the moment. They understand the moment, and they're ready for those moments. And they went out and they proved, why they're ready for those moments. Everybody was calm. Everybody played together. Everybody was exactly where they're supposed to be. And I'm just proud of the guys. Miles came in, did a great job. Jalen Reed, first time he saw a lot of action for us. I thought his first game playing a lot. I thought he stepped up and played big for us as well. So just different guys stepping in. They know, what's at stake, and they know it's just about doing your job and doing it with as much relentless effort as you can possibly do it. And that's how you play great defense.
Coach, I know it's a long game, and we've been talking about the defense, but I'm curious. They made so many plays. Did you have a favorite player? Was there a moment? You got the Will Anderson 2 sacks, a couple of interceptions. Is there anything that stood out to you specifically?
The thing that stood out to me, the way our D-line hunted, of course, that was great, but Kalen Bullock is the guy for me. The way Kalen went out, intercepted the ball 2 times, forced fumble to get us in plus territory there. So my favorite play is the one that ended it. There's a lot of emotions going on the sideline through that entire drive. But for Kalen to come down with that interception, that was my favorite play because it meant it was over.
Obviously, this win gets you guys above 500. How good does that make you guys feel after the way you guys started this season?
It makes me feel really good that we won the game. It was a really great team. Buffalo did an outstanding job. Those guys are well coached, great players. So for me, I'm just thankful for us being able to get the win versus a really good team.
We'll take these last 3 in the middle here, Kim.
D'Amico, I know you always talk about just that, getting the win and being focused on just the win of tonight. But you got to feel a little something about doing it on prime time. It's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for you guys. But to be able to have a showing like this for the nation to see.
If you watch our games, they are exciting for fans that are watching it. Not so much for me because they're coming down to the wire. A lot of exciting things are happening. And, if it's a statement for people to see how we play, great. But I know how our guys play. And I'm happy that they were able to showcase that on prime time. And we came out and redeemed ourselves in the prime time and came out with a big win.
Coach Ryan, I was just wondering, I was going to say the same thing about prime time. 2 Monday night football games we lost, but this was the prime time right before Thanksgiving. So would this be a great Thanksgiving football Thursday for you of sorts?
Yeah, it will be. Well, first off, we're going to enjoy the break, enjoy the long weekend. Right? We need it. A lot of work goes into Thursday night football, a lot of prep, a lot of long hours, a lot of sleepless nights. So really just proud of our coaching staff for how they handled the week, how they had the guys prepared and ready to go. And now we get to sit back and just watch a little football over the weekend. So we'll take time to enjoy that.
We saw CJ on the field pregame. Do you have any notes on his future availability? And I guess, is he the starter when he is healthy ultimately?
Ooh, look at you trying to come with that question. Right, at the end, just dropping the we'll see what happens. No, CJ, it was great to see him back out there. He was back at practice. Just to see him back around the guys with a huge smile on his face, him feeling well, that's the most important thing when our guys are in the concussion protocol. I just want to make sure they're healthy and they're well. So that's the one thing I'm most happy to see, that he's well, he's himself, and he's ready to get back to football.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
So there you have it. D'Amico Ryans from the podium. And of course, the last question was, will Davis Mills continue as your quarterback? And it's easier to answer that question after a win. And D'Amico Ryans making it clear that C.J. Stroud is the quarterback for these Texans, and Davis Mills doing what a backup should do. And speaking of Davis Mills, he is now at the podium at NRG. Let's listen in.
Take us through that 2-minute drill, if you will, that you led to get that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, right before half, got the ball back, enough time to go down and score. I thought offensive line all night bought me enough time to kind of spread the ball around to those guys. Made a couple big-time plays, the chunk to C. Kirk. That was a big play. Getting backside in the progression, they kind of dropped into his own coverage, and he was able to break across it and make a big-time play off of a shorter underneath pass. And then we capped it off with Higgins' touchdown down there. And, I mean, like I said before, I think a lot of it just goes to the offensive line, the backs. Great protection all night. I don't think we gave up a sack. I didn't really feel pressured at all back there. I was kind of sitting pretty, so it made it easy kind of spreading the ball around to the playmakers and letting them do what they do. So it was fun. Luckily, we capped it off with a touchdown going into halftime.
You seem to be in a pretty good rhythm with Nick, especially. What about his play calling or his communication makes it for you guys to have a good partnership?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's done a great job communicating, play calling. I mean, it's fun when you're playing ahead. I think our offensive line, I mean, we protected well, but we also ran the ball well. Backs ran downhill, receivers got in on the action, going and blocking. And I think when you can do that and you have a defense that can keep finding ways to get off the field and hold the other team to not that many points, it makes it fun to go out there and play. And he's having a fun time calling it.
Davis, 8 sacks, 3 turnovers, a big turnover on down right inside the red zone. When you get to go up against this defense every single day of practice, when you look at what the performance they had tonight, did they make a statement proving that they're the best defense in the NFL?
I think they're definitely the best defense in the NFL. I mean, after personal experience of going against them the past couple of years, those guys come to play every single day. They work as hard as they can every day when they're in the building, out on the practice field, and I mean, I think the way they work and the mentality that they have, just the swarm mentality, it shows up on game day, week in and week out. And, I mean, it makes it fun to be on the same team as those guys.
I think you were kind of hitting on this earlier, but like that drive, I think Kim was asking you about this, and Higgins specifically, like, it seemed like you guys made a concerted effort to target him, especially earlier on in the game. Could you just talk about that in terms of, like, the mentality? We asked you about him earlier in the week and we talked about him, but how important was he to y'all's game plan today?
I mean, he's vital. I think everybody on our offense plays a crucial role in executing and making everything go. But I mean, their defense made a point to find ways to give their players help with Nico on the other side, and Higgs was in positions where if the post safety or the deep safety is leaning away, he's isolated in a one-on-one matchup. I mean, I even still missed a couple throws to him where he could have had an even better game, but I think he capitalized on his opportunities and, I mean, played a great game. I think I said he's a stud earlier in the week, and, I mean, it's fun kind of when you have a target like that who's going to go out and make plays.
Davis, you alluded to it already in your prior answer about Jaden and then Nico. Was it something, was it a little bit easy because you knew they were sort of shading Nico above the top, that you were sort of taking your eyes and just, making that safety stay over the top of him, but then giving Jalen some more room for you to get him more looks, as the game progressed?
Yeah, I mean, I think the defense, as the flow of the game developed and as we kept playing, they were trying to keep a top on everything in the on the back end, so not really giving up a lot of deep shots. So we were trying to run the ball, bleed clocks, keep the lead, and then when we had opportunities to pass it, they were either on top of everything and they were bringing pressure, and I had to get the ball out quick. So I mean, my eyes every snap, I go through a very similar process where I'm down the middle, pre-snap, and then trying to confirm where those safeties are going and find my best matchups and my kind of spots I need to get to in my progression. So, I mean, they just, like I said, scheme-wise for a defense, they tried to help over top of Nico, which I think a lot of teams are going to do because when he's one-on-one, I think we have a good matchup on his side pretty much versus anyone. So, I mean, we're going to get a lot of that, and I mean, it makes it fun because we have a lot of other guys who can go out there and make plays.
Davis, you talked about it a little bit earlier, but can you just talk about how much the run game helped everything that you guys did tonight and having that 1-2 punch with Woody and Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I think when we can pound the rock and run the ball, it opens everything else up in the offense. Our guys did that successfully today. We really took the mentality in the game. I mean, that was our number one key to victory as an offense this week from the coaches, was we need to find a way to run the football. And our guys did a great job owning that. Woody and Nick ran hard. Like I said before, our offensive line did a great job opening up holes for them and controlling the line of scrimmage. And our receivers got in on the action, receivers and tight ends. So, I mean, when you can do that, play action pass opens up because they're stacking more people in the box. And you can spread it out and really get everything going scheme-wise as an offense.
Davis, do you think that being the backup quarterback and stepping in for CJ, do you think that not getting sacked feels good? And do you ever get excited about anything?
I'll answer the second one first. Yes, I get excited. A lot of times I just don't show it. I'm focused on my job in the moment, so that's kind of hard to display all my emotions. And taking 0 sacks, I can assure you that my body feels drastically better than it has in some other games and in my football playing history. Those guys did a hell of a job tonight protecting, and I was able to find people open or get the ball out if I needed to early on. But, yeah, I mean, I think our offensive line has shown to get better each and every week. And, I mean, I think those guys are going to keep progressing as we keep going forward.
Davis, tonight, Titus Howard played his third different position of the season, moving on over to the left guard. Can you just talk about his position flexibility and being that leader that can kind of be a spark plug on your offensive line whenever you have a hole that's kind of necessary?
Yeah, Titus is a warrior. Extremely selfless. I've been a locker mate with him for the past couple of years, and I mean, he's a great person, great football player, and whenever he's on the field, he wants to do what's best for the team. And I mean, he's played every single one of those positions at a really high level. I don't know if there's many other guys in the league who can do what he does. If you ask Titus, he'd probably tell you he could play every position on the field, quarterback being one of them. But I mean, I love Titus on the team. He's a great teammate, and he keeps showing why he means so much to this team, and he's one of the best offensive linemen in the league.
Tonight was the first night we've seen CJ on the sideline since the concussion. I was wondering what your interactions were like with him during the game, if he helped you at all.
Yeah, they're great. Coming over to me and giving me pointers if he saw something throughout the game when I was coming back to the bench. And, yeah, extremely supportive. Definitely ready to be back. He wants to get back. You can tell he's itching to get back out there on the field. But he was great all night. Yeah.
Two more, though. Michael and
So you asked earlier if you get excited about anything, but I am curious how you're taking all of this in. Obviously, 3 starts in a row, win all 3 of them. Just what is this moment, these moments, this whole little time for you been like, especially for your career? Obviously being the backup, but stepping in when the team really needs you.
It's been great. I mean, I don't know if I want to reflect too much on it. Middle of the season, we got a long road ahead of us if we want to do what we're capable of and what we're planning to do. But, I mean, just grateful for the opportunity. I come in to work every day, love my teammates, love my coaches, and it's fun to get it back out there on the field and do what you love. I mean, I've been dreaming of being in this situation since I started football when I was 6 years old. So every day I'm just kind of living out that childhood dream and going out there and having fun with it.
3 straight wins for you. I'm just kind of curious, do you view yourself as solely the backup to CJ here, or is this still kind of an open audition for you by any kind of measure?
I mean, in my current situation, I don't think there's a competition. I mean, CJ's the starter for this team. I'm just doing everything I can to bring my best foot forward every day, make everyone else around me better, and try to, provide and play my role to my best ability when I get thrown in there.
last one, Kim.
Davis, I see you throw a block on a play.
I tried to. Yeah, we actually, we tried to call a kind of reverse pass where Hutch was going to throw it, and I saw him cut back across the field, and I was trying to get in somebody's way so he could pick up some extra yards.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Cool. Thanks.
So there he is, Davis Mills, now 3-0 as a starter for these Houston Texans. He also mentioning how he knows what his role is on this team. He is the backup to C.J. Stroud. And what a backup he is. Certainly one of the best backup quarterbacking jobs we have seen this season. Now 3-0. He also mentioned how the number one key to victory coming into this game for the Texans was run the football. And they did just enough of it to make the offense work. I think people would agree with me saying this was one of Nick Caley's better, if not best, jobs as offensive coordinator. The offensive line, I imagine this will be the configuration we will see for as long as guys remain healthy. Ursery, Titus Howard on the left side, Andrews at center, Ingram and Trent Brown on the right side. I'm guessing that will be the grouping moving forward. D'Amico Ryan's also mentioning the 2-minute drive at the end of the half. That was a key situation. And I would agree, this team has been very spotty at best when it comes to the way they've handled situations like that at the end of a half, the first half. So that was very good to see. And, of course, the offensive line, again, is the main story. Davis Mills saying that this is the best he's felt after a game since he's been here. And that's what happens when you have 0 sacks. Couple of more words have come in, including, well, actually one more. Lupita is weighing in. She was at the game tonight. She has thrilling. But when it comes to one word to describe this game, I'm going with Gilbert's word, because D'Amico Ryans used the same word. The word of this game is relentless. That's what this defense was. Started up front and also got a great effort in the back from Kalen Bullock and the way he played. And the result is the Texans' most impressive win of the season. This team is now over 500 for the first time at 6-5, 4-2 at home, and now playing 2 more very, very important games against the Colts and the Chiefs. Of course, D'Amico talked about wanting to relax and watch some football this weekend, and no doubt he will be watching Colts, Kansas City. That game is on KHOU 11. So the Texans improved to 6-5, 4-2 at home. They have won 3 straight. They are right now the hottest team in the AFC South. So once again, your final score is Houston 23, Buffalo 19. As always, we appreciate you guys watching and being a part of this, because without you, this is nothing. So once again, thanks for watching, and your final score, Houston 23, Buffalo 19, saying goodnight from the KHO 11 newsroom.